Yo, what's good, Josh? Your man Nick Cannon, aka Mr. Incredible. And you know what it is.
We're here with brother Nick Cannon, a brother who already is a legend. How do you continue when you've achieved so much so quick, but it's not quick. It's quick to us because TV move fast.
Right.
How old were you when you started?
I started doing stand-up when I was a teenager, like 15 is when I started doing it professionally. By the time, I was probably on television around 16, 17.
Now, what I was talking to you about earlier, and I've been around a lot of, I really understand this industry. I really understand glass ceilings. I really understand the development. You're one of the few black males in the country, in the world, that has reached your goals and has stayed out of trouble. Potentials are unlimited. God has blessed you.
Absolutely.
I was asking you outside, what hurdles are in your way? You said, none. I mean, you didn't say none, but it took you so long. I took it as none, which means God is real.
Yeah.
Because when you work hard, you're supposed to be able to say that.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have integrity. If you keep integrity about yourself the entire time, you always have something to stand for. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. When you get out there and you represent something and you come from a solid foundation, that's what it's all about.
How was your parents and how did they support you? What was it like being little Nick?
I always say I was raised by my community. I mean, obviously, grew up in the inner city like everybody else. And, when my dad wasn't there, my grandfather pitched in. When my mom wasn't there, my grandmother pitched in. So, even though I didn't have an Orthodox family like everybody else, still always somebody there that instill values in me. So that's what it's all about.
You're really telling Black America's story because now it's even worse.
Yeah.
But we know where you are right now, and we know you're raising twins and got a wonderful family, wonderful wife.
Absolutely.
And you called a shot, but now we're trying to understand. We were talking earlier about the black male image. There was a great black poet who said, no race of people show the worst of their people. Every race of people show the best of their people. But it seemed like here in America, we always get to see the 10, 13% who dropped out, who didn't go there. But I'm going to tell you, we're here in Atlanta with Morehouse, Clark, Spelman, Morris Brown, all of these institutions, people graduating all over the place. I went to Channel 2 and Channel 11 and I challenged them. I said, look, I've been invited to high school graduations, high school kids getting 4.0s, high school kids going to Yale, Harvard, Howard, Clark. I went to Clark. We got kids graduating from Clark. We had a family, a lady, an African-American sister raised 7 kids by herself. 2 daughters graduated from Howard. All 5 of her sons graduated from Morehouse. The 5th one graduated this year. He went to Miami. He got caught with some weed or something. Yeah. And they tried to not let him graduate. And then, that's something that other people can get away. How can we help make people understand that the black males is not the problem of America? It's the image that they show of the black males.
Yeah, I think that it's shifting, you know what I mean, right now, because we have a lot of amazing things going on in our culture. Everything from, having the head of the state be an African American, all down to, everything from attorney generals to mayors and everything. So back in the day, all we used to have to look up to was the pimps and the dope dealers and the cats in the street. But now that we can see doctors, lawyers, presidents, for our young people, they can say, wow, that actually is cool, because everybody knows our culture is what creates cool. You know what I mean? We dictate, we're curators, and if my daddy think, hanging on the block is cool, then I'm gonna think hanging on the block is cool. But now that we got these young people in this millennial generation stepping up and saying, nah, getting an education is cool, having your own business is cool, then that's what's gonna take that shift. And I feel like it's shifting in this generation right now. So I'm proud of what's happening, even though we still do have a lot of people that's stuck in that other generation, that's stuck in, mainly the media who hasn't, caught up yet. But I feel like it's happening.
We was talking about some things when you said in the 70s, the pimps and stuff. Even when you look at Superfly and the great artist Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
The movie is really about a brother trying to get out of the drug trade.
Right.
We thought it was something else, but he was trying to get out, and he was getting down
I feel like that's the same thing with the music too, with hip hop. I mean, really, it's reality. They're talking about, they're crying and saying this is what's going on in our community, instead of glorifying it. We're trying to say, look, this is what we're trying to get away from. It's a few cats that's still out there that's saying, yeah, I do this and I do this, and they really don't do that. That's what's unfortunate. That's the thing that we gotta stop doing, and then, like, and embrace who you are. That's the thing we got to do. If you come from the hood, rep your hood. But if you don't do that, if you really don't live that, like, show them there's a whole bunch of stuff. Just like for every Tyler Perry, there's a Spike Lee. For every 50 Cent, there's a Common. But you know what I mean? Like, if we can show that we're diverse people, then that's how we got to.
We were talking about Ice Cube, and a good friend of mine, and I was with Dr. Khalid Muhammad when he was coaching Ice Cube. And Ice Cube was talking about killing police. He was a gangster.
Yeah.
Now you got white families lining up to go see his movies at the theater.
Yeah.
You know,
are we there yet? No.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do, we're doing a repeat of the Million Youth March, because it's not up to other people to show the best of our people.
Yeah.
It's up to us to show our cousins, our nephews, our nieces.
That's what it's about.
So
starts with us.
I just want to say that we really appreciate you. You are definitely a role model, and so many people got your back. I know you know that and feel it all the time.
Yeah.
But we really got a lot of weight on your shoulders. It's really not fair to you.
But I'll take it.
But what we're going to do is, at the Million Youth March, we're going to be working with Mike Mullen, the Scream Tour, and bringing 1 million youth to. It's time for our youth to tell their story, because you know, we just talked about, we got 669 black mayors.
Yeah.
We just started an organization called the International Conference of Black Mayors. Now we got 10,000 black mayors. And what was funny about the conference, mayors from other countries think we all just thugs.
Yeah.
So we got a story to tell, and you've been really happy, and we're going to be looking forward, and hopefully we can work with you in the future to get the real story out.
I want to help you get that story out.
You got the juice.
Appreciate you so much. Love
May
it.
God protect you.
Appreciate you. It's going down in Harlem September 7th, the Million Youth March coming together once again, putting it out there, letting the voice of the youth be heard. Let's go.